Hi, I'm here to show you how to get Julia Roberts inspired hair. So we're gonna go ahead and prep Kristen with a little bit of a light spray, just kind of spraying it all over. Just sort of evenly distributed. We don't want anything too dense in one area. And normally I would have Kristen do this herself. However, I only have Marcel curling irons, which are professional curling irons, which means that they don't have a spring. So she won't be able to do this herself, so I'm gonna do it for her. So the way that we're gonna start the look is curling everything in between the barrel and the tong going in the same direction. So I'm going away from her face. This is a little bit more of a styled look, so you wanna make sure that you're getting the curl set in very well. And because this is a more styled look, you want to make sure that you're taking pretty consistent sections. This doesn't mean that you have to go through and measure them and take them that way all the way around the head. Just don't take a 2-inch section in one spot and then a 1/4-inch section in another. So I'm taking sections all the way through her hair. So I'm not sectioning out the top and the bottom. I'm taking it from her hairline to her parting so that she'll have a really uniform curl set in. And I'm taking it 90 degrees out from her head, from the middle, so that all the hair is reaching. She has some layers in there, and most people have layers in their hair, so that's something you're gonna have to contend with. What I'm doing is I'm taking it at the root and working my way to the ends so that there is enough curl set in at the root. Because what happens when you take it out to the ends and then roll it up like this is that all of this stays straight, but you have this like really funky curl at the end of your hair. So you want to make sure that you're starting at the root and working your way out so that the curl is evenly distributed throughout the hair. And after we go through and curl it, if there are some pieces that have straightened out at the roots, we will go through and fix those as well. So I'm curling away from the face. You want to make sure you are getting the ends curled up because you don't want straight bits at the end of the hair either. So I'm working in this direction until the midpoint of the head. And then when I get to the midpoint, I will actually go to the other side and work away from the face like I am right now. This is more of an evening or red carpet look. It is less of a daytime, I'm gonna run to coffee with a girlfriend or go grocery shopping kind of look. Unless you're one of the Real Housewives. Then it's a daytime look. So now I'm gonna go ahead and move to the other side of the head. Working away from the face again. And you have to make sure that every single piece of hair gets curled because the last thing you want to do is have one little straight section mixed in with this beautifully curled hair. It's not really a good look. The key to this look is consistency. So don't have one section in your iron for 5 minutes and another section in your iron for 30 seconds. Try and keep it in for about the same amount of time. And as you're working your way towards the back of the head and you have longer layers, it's gonna have to stay in a little bit longer just to work through the hair evenly. So as you work your way back, the curling iron will be in that section a little bit longer, but it shouldn't be too terribly disparate either. And depending on how well your hair holds curl, you need to curl it for different lengths of time. Kristen's hair holds curl pretty well. She doesn't have like super curly hair, so we have to leave it in at least for a second, but she doesn't have super fine baby hair either, so we're able to move through it quicker than if you did have baby fine hair. So some of that is assessing your own hair and knowing your personal needs. If you have like naturally curly hair, you probably don't need to use quite a small a curling iron because your hair will glom onto the curl. And you don't want to have Shirley Temple ringlets. Even though this is a curled look, it's a really soft look as well. And the nice thing about having curls in your hair when you have naturally highlighted hair or artificially highlighted hair is it really just softens the look as well. Highlights are really great on curly hair, in my opinion. And I'm taking it through and I'm curling each section vertically. This is really important that you curl each section vertically. If you do it horizontally, you're gonna have a bend like right off of your scalp, so it's gonna give you volume on the sides of your head over here, as opposed to having it be lay flat and be a little bit smoother. So this is something where the way that you hold your curling iron is really important. So I like to just touch the hair to make sure that it's hot, and that's how I know when I'm ready to move down, and that's how I keep it uniform. If the hair is not hot, that means it's not getting curled. So after you finish your last section, start on the first side that you worked on and run your fingers through it. Just kind of softly working it through, because you want to let the other side cool before you run your fingers through. It's always really important to let it cool before you start to alter what you've done, because your curl won't bounce back to where you set it in. You're actually just taking the curl out of the hair. So I'm going through, just lightly running my fingers through it, softening it all up. And what I'm gonna do now is take a boar bristle brush and just brush it through a little bit to kind of get it all combed together in a more uniform way. And this is a look that it's really important to use your mirror for, so that you can see exactly what you're doing. And now that I've gotten that all done, I want to enhance a few curls a little bit more towards the top near her face. So taking it in the exact same direction that I curled it in before, only wrapping it around at the root to get a little bit more of that body up the hair shaft. Just playing with it until you get it exactly how you want it to look. And that's how you get Julia Roberts inspired curls.